Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to this week's meeting of Essex Business Forum. I'm Aidan Squire. I'm the meeting chair. It's my job to get you through the agenda. The agenda today is a little bit different, and I'll explain that a bit more to you as we go on. But the starting point is always I am assisted by a leadership team who are asked to be upstanding and introduce yourselves to the meeting, please.
Good morning, Brian Peters, Social Secretary.
Morning, Vincent Good. I chair the membership committee and I'm the official timekeeper.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Terry and I deal with membership and recruitment matters.
And good morning, my name's Scott. I'm the meeting secretary, also the handsome face of Live Chat.
Please be seated, and thank you for standing up and introducing yourselves. We have got today 5 visitors, so from all of the members, welcome. I hope you enjoy the meeting. Maybe I could just ask you all to identify yourselves as I run through the list that I've got. There's Simon Chivers.
That's me.
There's Ryan Ball. Hello. There's Nicholas Court.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
There's Claire Pointer.
Hello.
And Mike Hickson.
Morning.
Welcome to the Tina's our whipper in and cheerer up. And good morning person. She didn't stand up, but you will know the difference anyway. Right, now she was standing.
You're a cheerleader.
Okay, what I'm going to do, we aren't going to have all of the sections of the meeting, but when we get to those that we're not doing, I'll explain so that you see a meeting as it runs through, so that we've got a bit of time to talk to you about membership matters as we get on later in the meeting. So, what we do is start with the Performance League, which Scott will explain.
I'll have a go at least. So each month we reset this league and members accumulate points throughout the month just for doing things like turning up to the meetings, giving and receiving of business between each other, recording converted business, so completed jobs and so on, having a one-to-one get-together, commenting on our blog, inviting guests. They all score points just so that we can measure the contribution members make. And then those members with the highest contribution are positioned at the top of our website, so they get slightly more promotion and a better picture than those who are at the bottom. So that's where we are. We're two weeks into November currently, and there are 4 members who have topped 100 points in the league so far. So let me tell you the top 4. 109 points is myself. 113 points in third place is Vince. 118 for Terry. But the current leader on 141 points is Mr. Corbin. So I pass this around each week just so members get a view of where they are on that kind of traffic light system, just so that everyone can see what money gets passed around the group and how it all works.
And Scott, next in line would be an education slot. It can be slightly esoteric, but it's intended to be a general comment on either EBF business or business generally, and a different person doing it probably each week. So you'd normally have that at this stage. We then, as the next stage after that, I head up membership matters, which Terry addresses us on any matters of relevance as far as membership is concerned, renewals, new people joining, that sort of thing. The first main part of the meeting is the 60-second round, when you have a chance in 60 seconds to highlight your business. Before I do that, I send the business card box round. I send that to my left for members to make sure they're adequately represented in the business card box and take business cards that they might need for referrals. Those of you who have come and visited us today, if you've got cards that you wanted to take, send them around that way, please, and we'll be happy to take them. Right, so as the business card box whizzes round, we move into the 60-second round. Vincent is our timekeeper, and after 50 seconds you will hear.
Do that.
Yeah, go on. And after 60 seconds you will hear again. And that will mean when you hear the second one, if you're still going on, wind up and immediately sit down. That keeps it moving. Given our numbers, it's all that we do need 60 seconds to be 60 seconds, and not 90 seconds or any increase in that. We award an Oscar for the best 60 seconds. Paul won it last week, and the previous week's winner awards it this week. So he will be listening out carefully to what you say, and we'll make the award at the end of the meeting. I think that gives you as much information as you need regarding the 60-second round. The members will go first, but then after you've had a look at them, you as visitors can give us 60 seconds to explain your business. So, without more ado, traditionally the person awarding the Oscar goes first. That is Paul, and he will be followed by Richard Reed.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, visitors. Paul DeLue, Red Line Limited. We're a communications team. Good communication is more than telling people something. It's about ensuring they hear you and understand. At Red Line, we're experts at helping businesses communicate clearly and effectively so that they are heard and understood by the people that matter to them. A lot of what we do involves writing, including website content, blogs, news articles, letters and leaflets. But we also draw on more than a decade of experience gained working with businesses of all shapes and sizes to help our clients work out what it is they want to say, who they want to tell, where they want it to be seen, when, why, and what for. So whether you need a hand composing an important email or rewriting your website, or you want to ensure more people understand what you do and why you are special, give Red Line a call. We're happy to chat, and we like helping businesses get heard and understood, not just communicate. Paul DeLue, Red Line Limited, Communications Agency.
Thanks, Paul. Richard Reed will be followed by Mike Skinner.
Good morning, my name's Richard Reed. I'm Prestige Holidays and Travel Limited. I'm an independent travel consultant. What am I looking for this year? I've been working in this business for over 20 years now. And what I've done during that time is develop contacts that specialise in certain parts of the world, who I would trust to book with, and I would trust to look after you along the way. What my clients are looking for at the moment is reassurance in this changing climate. And that's what we do. It doesn't cost you anything to money, it does give you peace of mind. What I'm really looking for is the sort of person that's been pulling off perhaps that trip of a lifetime, they want to tour the Middle East or they move to South America, etc. So that's the sort of thing I'm looking for on a regular basis. Trip of prestige, want to create a lifetime memories once more.
Thanks, Richard. Mike, you're followed by Colin O'Connor.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Skinner and I run Black Multimedia. I produce video content for businesses as well as event coverage and product customers. Making use of professional video and photography equipment as well as lighting and aerial drone services, I can capture, edit and output high quality content, whether it's information for a website, training videos for internal use, social media marketing or display footage for shows and stores. I'm looking out for SME clients who I can provide a personal hands-on service to, whether on one-off projects or regular content plans. So if you're aware of any business owners who could benefit from using video to inform and increase their clientele, please put them in touch. It's Mike at Black Multimedia.
Thanks, Mike. Colin, followed by Nick Cook.
I'm Colin O'Connor. My company's Blue Planet Consulting. We provide health and safety advice and training. And this week it's been a case of more risk assessment reviews we've been carrying out. It's been more previous good, the good, bad, and ugly. One of the companies I was working with, risk assessment wholly inadequate, which was ugly. Stopping them doing their work, which was bad. Breach of regulation, also bad. And would be, of course, be for inspection. So we worked with them, turned them around, and got them onto the good side so that they can now essentially, that's me, Colin O'Connor, that's what we do. Health and safety advice and training. Thank you.
Thanks, Colin. Nick Cook is followed by Matt Mann.
Morning everyone, my name's Nick, I'm a structural engineer. I prepare structural design for people who own houses. A lot of my work is relatively small stuff. It might be the removal of a chimney breast, it might be the removal of an internal supporting wall. They all require installation of steel beams, modifications to the roof joists and the floor joists. In addition to that, I provide advice on what the client needs to know about the building regulations and about the Particle Wall Act. So if you know anyone who wants to carry out any alterations to their house at all, please put them in touch with me. My card's in the box. If you can put them in touch with me, I'll give them back some free advice and point them in the right direction. I do larger projects too, like extensions and loft conversions, but I'll tell you about those next week. That's Associates Building Solutions for your structural problems. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. Matt Barry is next. He's followed by Sarah Steele.
Good morning, everyone. Matt Barry from Blue Seraph. We are a local design and branding agency. We specialise in a whole range of creative graphic design solutions, whether starting out on your brand, if you've got a new business, if you've got a new product, we can create that brand that's going to set it apart from its competitors. Our services also go into print, advertising, digital, social media, and all kinds of other areas. We've been working on quite a few events. There's a lot of events suddenly happening, a lot of people asking for last-minute collateral, whether it's printed, but also a lot of sort of digital animations, which is something that we can help out with. So if you know of anyone that has got last-minute requirements for events, and they need collateral, they need their brand represented correctly and to its best potential, then please do get them in touch with me. That's Matt Barry from Blue Seraph. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Sarah, you're next, followed by
Morning, everybody. Sarah Steele from Better With Money, and we provide financial education in the workplace to reduce the stress of the employees, because if people worry about their money, they're much more likely to take time off work, they're going to be less productive, they're going to be less motivated. So lots of employers now will pay for that education in order to overcome those problems. So this week we've been speaking to lots of employees about their employee benefits that their companies pay for, and the financial protection that provides, things like pension, death in service, income protection, those sorts of benefits. But I particularly wanted to mention wills, because there are 60% of adults in the UK that don't have a will. And if you don't have a will, it means that you might not have the right people inheriting all of your property and your cash and all the rest of it. And it might mean that the state inherit that money. £17 billion went to the government last year because people didn't have wills. If you haven't got one, speak to Aidan. He is our resident will expert. Sarah Steele, Better With Money.
check the persons. Alison, you're next, followed by Will.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the visitors. My name's Alison Bean from Unique Minds Counselling. We're supporting people that are struggling with a mental health or emotional wellbeing problem. I haven't talked about the different services that our company offers, so today I just wanted to highlight some of the work that we do. Currently we're working with children and young people in primary and secondary schools across Havering, Brentwood, Essex and East London and Kent. We also work with corporate clients via Zoom nationwide, as well as face-to-face clients in London and Essex. We also work with private clients in our counselling rooms in Dorset, Havering and Kent, as well as online therapy. I've had my first client this week from Israel. Our clients normally currently range from 6 to 66 years of age, and are struggling with a range of mental health issues including depression, anxiety, eating disorders, PTSD and self-harm. Approximately 1 in 4 people in the UK are struggling with a mental health issue, so if you know anybody and they need some help, please get in touch. Alison Bean, Unique Minds Counselling. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison. William Verner will be followed by Tina Ward.
Morning guys, William Verner, commercial and capital advisor. We are what we are, commercial specialists in finance. We have 2 companies, one dealing with institutions, pension funds, real money managers, and then the other one dealing with SMEs. One is regulated, one is not. Obviously with the SMEs, it's regulated, so we can look after people, and they're covered with the FCA banner. We have a platform of lenders of up to 300. We have high net worths, and we have family offices who all invest in some sort of return. We give advice. What's the advice we give? Normally, it's more important the advice more than the funding. Yeah, we prepare you for the credit situation. We prepare your strategy, your business plan potentially, or your cash flow projections that we need to give to the lenders if they're going to lend you money. We have cash flow, situational stock, commercial mortgages, equipment, invoice and development financing. So if you need any of that, fully inverter, wastewater, commercial and capital license.
Yeah, well, Tina, you're next, followed by Sarah.
I am standing up. Good morning, everybody. My name is Tina. My company is called Liberty Executive Services. I offer a secretarial and admin service from one-man bands to corporations that need an extra pair of hands. I'm based locally, but cover nationwide as well, supporting as and when. The best part about I love is I can save you money at the same time. So if you want to know any more, or you know anybody that needs an extra pair of hands and how they can save money, please pass on my details. I'll be happy to help. So that's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. I'm not 9 to 5, I'm start to finish. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Terry, you're next, followed by
Good morning, everybody. Terry Malin from TM Law Solicitors. My office is based in Whitford, but I work all over. What do I do? That's really simple, really. I sue people. I don't mind what for. It could be for an accident, it could be for an employment claim, it could be for pretty well anything you like. I don't discriminate, I'm really good like that. I'll sue anybody for pretty well anything. So if you need anyone sued for anything, you know who I am, you know where I am.
Thanks, Terry. He is known as the boy named Sue. Jane, you're next, and you will be followed by Simon.
Hello everybody and visitors. Hello. Jane Mallion from the English Cream Tea Company. So tell me, do you say scone or scone? Hands up if you say scone. Oh, scone? Oh, scone might have it. What do you think Her Majesty says? She says scone. What does she know? So, we deliver afternoon tea hampers and all sorts of gifts, from little tiny gifts through to great big ones, all over the UK, including gift vouchers. So if there's somebody you want to send something special to at Christmas, do bear us in mind, or it can even come from the whole family if you want to send a super deluxe one with champagne. But please bear in mind, we can send deliciousness and hugs in a box all over the UK on your behalf, and that will put you in the will if you're not in it. I guarantee you. Jane Mallion from the English Cream Tea Company, as delicious as it sounds.
Thank you very much, Jane. Simon is followed by Vincent.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Simon Essex. I'm from the Greenhouse in Crown Street. We are a indoor plant specialist. Now, is this quite a common scene for you all here at work? People looking down, depressed. They don't like their office environment. Well, the reason why you should come to me at the Greenhouse is because my job is to motivate your staff. I'd like you to just watch these guinea pigs. A simple plant on the table in the office for your staff has a miraculous effect. It is a proven fact that having live plants in your office puts a smile on your face, makes you more motivated, and makes you considerably more effective at work. So my job is to come into your offices, have a look at where we can make it more effective for people like these guinea pigs people to work harder. That's Simon from the Greenhouse in Crown Street. Thank you very much.
Very fun.
That's right. No,
Is this the mother-in-law's?
that is mother-in-law, so well done.
That's right, that's good. Thank you very much, Simon. Very entertaining. Vincent, you're next, and you're followed by Neil.
Vincent from Speedprint. We're based in Gants Hill. We're the best printers in the world. So people have told me. We've got some very good clients based in Lincoln's Inn, Gray's Inn, and the Temple. They're barristers' chambers, and they have a lot of business cards, and they also do conferences and planning days. And they disappeared off the face of the earth during lockdown. They were nowhere to be seen, but they're back. So we've just printed 23 different cards for this company, 3VB, and 14 more on the press at the moment. And Cornerstone Barristers in Lincoln's Inn have just done a planning day and we produced this really beautiful plush brochure. That's the kind of referral I'm looking for. If you know any barristers' chambers, it's the business development manager, the practice manager, or even the senior clerk. That'd be a fantastic referral, great introduction. So that's speed print. You think it, we ink it.
Thank you very much, Vincent. Neil, you're followed by Alan Moller.
Thank you very much. Welcome, visitors. My name's Neil Bellum, in Any Event Catering and Chili Republic. This week I'm going to do a double promotion, if I may. I'm going to promote Chili Republic, and I'm also going to promote Mr. Matt Barry and his designs. I'm just passing around the pictures of the mock-ups of how our labels are going to look as Chili Republic goes live. You'll notice that Matt Berry has done an amazing job with those. You'll also notice that we've paired all our sauces with foods. So you've got better than served suggestions. And we aim to go live with these literally as soon as the new year comes in. If you know any stockists, shopkeepers, online supermarkets, or any other purchasers from any other stockists, we would be welcoming that referral. That's Neil from an Any Event Catering Chili Republic. Hope you have a wonderful positive week. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Alan is followed by me. Sorry, yes.
Okay, thank you. Morning all, Alan here from Cable Plan, your local NRC registered domestic electrician. Now this week I thought I'd bring a prop in. So here we are, excuse me, 7 more integrated LED downlight. What do I like about it? Well, first of all, you can get all your connections done in that joint box there. Right, very quick to get onto, lever connectors, very quick connection. By doing that, you can get all your tests out of the way. Once that's done, then you can plug your loads in. Low profile, covered with insulation, 3 different colours on the go there, 3-year guarantee. Have it indoors, outdoors, change the bezels, $11.75 including VAT. What an absolute bargain. I'm very busy at the moment, so I'm only looking for a little jobs on the way home. Don't be in the dark, call the spark. Thank you.
I always finish up more puzzled than I started with when Alan starts producing crops. But thanks for that, Alan. I'm Aidan Squire from TM Law, solicitor based in Wickford. I deal mainly with business law. I deal with employment matters, contracts of employment. I deal with commercial contracts, shareholders' agreements, terms and conditions. I deal with business sales and purchases. And I deal with commercial property, leases, acting for both landlords and tenants. I do some private law, wills, LPAs and probates. So that's a rough summary of what I do. I compliment Terry in what he does. That's me, Aidan Squire, TM Law. And next up is Stuart Smallcombe, followed by Scott.
Good morning everybody, Stuart from LG Networks. We cover all aspects of business telecommunications. So what we basically what that involves is anything from the incoming internet connection into businesses, which we can source from public or private sourced internet. We then go into the building and we do all the network cabling that runs around the inside of the building, and then on the end of that data cabling, we also put in business telecommunications systems. Okay, so that ranges from small offices with 2 or 3 people in, up to large multi-site and multi-floor offices. What we're really looking for is businesses that are relocating. A company that is moving from A to B, whether they're upsizing or downsizing, is going to need to employ those type of services. People often think, I have to speak to BT. You don't. There are small independent companies that can often do it cheaper and will provide a better service. So if you know any businesses that are relocating, please get in touch with me, Stuart at LG Networks. Thank you.
That's great, thank you, Stuart. Scott, you're next, followed by Brian Painter.
Good morning everyone, Scott from SEO. We're web designers looking after projects from small local businesses right up to large blue chip projects. But generally, most of our business is local, small and medium websites. Quite a typical story this week. A person who most of you probably know, but shall remain nameless, contacted me for just a quick review of their existing website that they built themselves. The main part of my review was, across the entire website, it didn't say the thing that they actually did. It didn't mention that keyword, the service that they provide. I'm going to say what it is because you know where they are. But it's a common mistake They use lots of fluffy words, but it didn't. The thing that people are going to search for to find that business just wasn't mentioned. So how's it going to work? So we've provided a review, and we're going to do the website properly. So I'm interested in anybody with any websites of any kinds making the web work.
Thank you very much, Scott. Brian Painter, by Paul.
Good morning, everybody. Brian Painter, therapist of Pilgrim Therapy. My main work consists of helping people stop smoking, and our program is so good we give a written 12 months guarantee. And following that is normally phobias, this time of year, or holiday time of year, is fear of flying, and also random panic attacks. We all can have a panic attack from a time to time, but I'm talking about random, where a person is sitting relaxed and suddenly they're hit with this attack, heart beating, difficulty to breathe, churning stomach. And although it can be very complicated for the client, it's actually quite easy to get rid of. So it's Brian Painter, therapist, Pilgrim Therapy, improving the quality of life through hypnosis. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Paul.
Yeah, morning. Paul Rose from Booth & Co. Chartered Certified Accountants based in Brentwood. Welcome to all the visitors today, including Nick Cole. And he reminded me earlier that we've been acting for him for about 14 years. That's right. From starting, we both started at a similar time. We did, yeah. So, we both gone through sort of many changes, many ups, a couple of downs from time to time, but we're always there to provide support. So that's what I'm looking for helping people in their long-term journey in terms of their accountancy and tax requirements. So Paul Booth from Booth & Co. from my tax.
Thank you, Paul. That's the end of the members' contributions, and now I want to give our visitors a chance to give 60 seconds about their businesses. So we'll start with Mike Hickson, followed by Claire Peterson.
I was quite relaxed there because I thought I was going to start. My name's Mike Hickson. I'm from LSA Systems based in Milwaukee. We're an IT services company. 20 years ago, our core business would have been installing PCs and networks. Today, our core business involves around security audits and providing protection against the nasty guys that are out there looking to capture your data, your money, your business, whatever that may be. So effectively, we do all things IT. So if you have an IT need of any sort, we're the guys. Mike Hickson, LSA Systems, based in Milwaukee.
Thanks, Mike. First of all, an apology. Pointer, not painter. Claire.
Hi, I'm Claire Pointer. I run the horticultural advisory service, so I deal with design, advice, troubleshooting. I work quite closely with some maintenance and tree surgery companies, so I can basically do everything from a bare earth to a beautiful garden, so and everything in between.
Thank you, Claire. Nick Court.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nicholas Court from the Corporate Company Property Solutions. We're a bespoke independent estate agency based in Shenfield. We've been running for about 14 years now. I've been friends with Matt for far too long. My relationship with Paul has been for 14 years, one that we haven't tried to maintain and encourage, but my relationship with Matt is one I've tried to escape, but I've been unable to do it. So he's dragged me along here. But it's nice to see so many people fresh-faced, excited about business, and a wonderful environment to be in. So thank you for the invite, and I hope to speak to more of you a bit later on. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nicholas. Ryan Ball.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Alan and Stuart, for the invite. There's been a bit of conflict to actually invite me there. Like I say, my name's Ryan from Connection Electrical. I run a small electrical company locally. We do anything from simple adding a few sockets in to much larger projects like new build homes and flats. We cover everything from the design, the installation, testing, maintenance, and if you need any electrical needs, just please contact us. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ryan. Good to see you again. And I'd like to see how you do with crops. Interesting. Next, finally, from the visitors, Simon.
Morning, everybody. So, my name's Simon Chivers. I'm a personal trainer in the local area. My big three things is to help people feel good, look good, and function really well. But I'm going to give you 3 questions for you to think about and take away. Rather than keep explaining exactly what I do, more than likely all of you know probably what I do for you guys. So the big 3 questions are, 1, out of 10, how good do you feel and look in the mirror naked? So when you stand there, out of 10, how proud are you of what you see? So that's one question. Second one, how long have you looked like that? Okay. Are you happy with it? How long have you looked like it? And the third question, if you want to change, how important is it for you to change? And on that note, I'm Simon Chivers, personal trainer from the area.
Very good.
Simon, thank you. I'm looking forward to you joining, and then you can get us all to stand naked in front of you. Right. Well, look, visitors, thank you very much for telling us what you do. And that's the end of the 60-second round. As usual, I hand over to last week's Oscar winner, Paul.
The worst bit about winning this Oscar is actually having to judge and decide who gave the best 60 seconds. I made a few notes, but I'm still a bit queasy about thinking about something.
We all are.
Area of particular mention and note. Terry will do anything to sue anyone for anything. Very succinct, and probably the quickest 60 seconds we've had. Neil, praising another member for their contributions is always well regarded in my book. Alan, it was the first 60 seconds you've done where I've actually understood everything you said. And I felt like I was at Romford Market, to be honest. But Oscar this week, somebody gave an absolutely comprehensive overview of the wonderful services they provide and kind of highlighted how important it is to know somebody that can help people when they're struggling with mental health issues. This week, goes out
Well done. Well deserved. Right. I'm going to hand you over now. I know. Richard Reed. We had a synergy team meeting. Maybe you'd like to tell people what the synergy team meeting is and tell us about the synergy team meeting we had on Tuesday.
Yes, sir. We have a synergy team meeting on business as consumer. We had 6 attendees with some stuck in traffic. It was good turnout. There was as many apologists now, so it could be as many as 12 to 14 people there. We spoke about how the pandemic has affected us with our business and how we've changed things in relation to that going forward. And obviously, it has impacted everyone differently, but it was a good discussion subject. We get a lot from it around the table. The group around the table knew each other quite well, but everyone that attends always comes away with something. They tell me, they tell the truth, they come away with something positive from the meetings, and they do come back month after month. So it's not what we do in addition to this once a month. You need to find out should you join if it fits your cap.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah, there are 4 synergy teams, and they cover the breadth of the work that we all do. And if you join, you will undoubtedly fit into at least one of them, and it's a chance to get together in more intimate circumstances in one afternoon in the month. So, thanks, Richard, for that. That leads us now, in the course of the meeting, we normally have a report from the meeting secretary, and then we move on to the 10-minute presentation. That's an opportunity for one member at a particular week to have 10 minutes and then take questions. So it's a more detailed look at what we do rather than just the 60 seconds. We're not going to have one of those today. I hope I didn't whet your appetite too much with that. So we're not going to have one of those today, but what we are going to do is tell you a bit more about the workings of the membership, how it works, how the group can work for us, and Scott is going to introduce that for you.
Yeah, thank you. So that's right, with our current membership, you can expect to deliver one of those 10-minute presentations roughly twice a year, which really does help to give you that education to the rest of the members. I'm not going to talk for too long this morning. I'm actually going to ask some of our members to explain how EBF has worked, give you their honest opinion, rather than us at the top of the table as a guest you're interested in anything. Just talk to the members. I really feel that it sells itself. If you've made the trouble of getting here, you get how EBF can work for you. But largely, the bits I talk about are statistics and numbers. So I thought I'd just share some of those with you, and I'm going to compare our pre-lockdown numbers to our current lockdown figures because business has changed. But typically, in pre-lockdown, we would normally pass around £70,000 worth of business each month among ourselves. At the minute, we're probably doing about £40,000 worth of business a month. Today, we've recorded £8,000 worth of work completed since last week. So that's just a rough idea. Some of those referrals might be a small house plant. Some of them might be a complete house rewire between 20 quid and £20,000, but there's everything in between. On average, we pass around 80 referral opportunities. So it's not a guarantee of work, but it's my mate needs to do this, or I know someone who's moving home. Could you help? Could you do this? Opportunities for work. So normally, around 80 to 90 of those in a normal month. At the moment, we're about 50 or so opportunities for work a month. The average earnings per member per year, based on last year's figures, each member earned, or we recorded at least on average, £28,000 because they were here. Some members much more, some members much less. When we average it out, that's the value of being a member at EBF. And when you work that backwards, for every £1 you invest to coming along, you earn 30 quid back. So you've got to input the time as well, but that's the return on investment of being a member of the group. So before really I go any more, I'm just going to ask 3 members, relatively new members, just to give us their opinions and their inputs to what EBF has done for them and how it works. Jane, would you be so kind as to explain to us?
Hello, yes, Jane from the English Green Tea Company. I am possibly the newest member, I think. I only joined a handful of months ago. And actually, it's more than covering my membership costs, but that's not what I'm going to mention. It's always a bonus, isn't it? I was enveloped in kindness and warmth from the get-go. I've had one-to-ones with almost everyone. I don't think it's just because I offer scones or scones. I don't think that's the pure reason. But I have felt so welcomed in and have these people that I would consider to be friends already. And then if I had a query, so Nick here, I had a query about a structural thing on a flat near me, it wasn't even mine, and I felt able to ask his tips for it, and he gave them to me. And I was able to put somebody in touch with William for a multi-million-pound loan situation because I felt I could trust him. So I'm getting all sorts of side benefits out of joining here. Other than just standing here and telling you about my business, I'm actually receiving so much more. So for me, it's a great big thumbs up, whether you say scone or scone. Thank you.
With a slightly different view and start on things, I'd invite Paul to tell us his view.
Red Lions Limited Communications Agency. I set up my business just over 2 years ago, and a few months into trading, I made what I think is the single most important decision I've made during the time of working, running my own business now, to join EBF. I knew about the opportunity to refer business, receive business, and so forth, and that's absolutely true. I've worked before and a whole load of people there, and I've used the services of other people, and what Jane says about the fact that you've got this group of people that you trust is absolutely valuable. actually, something that's really worked well for me is the fact that complementary industries to mine. So I write the words and the messaging for businesses, but Scott creates websites, and Matt does branding and design for businesses, and actually will include Mike here as well, who does the videos and so forth. We've kind of congregated together as kind of a creative group who share ideas and who share clients, and who, you know, that if I'm pitching for a bit of business, I can actually say, yeah, okay, well, we also build websites, and we do branding, and we can do videos, and that's fine. And it makes my business so much bigger to potential clients because I'm part of EBF. And Matt, myself, and Scott, myself, and Matt, we have referred to ourselves as a holy trinity, the creative holy trinity. But yeah, including Mike in that. I'm trying to think of an example before. Maybe with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, I'm not sure. But even regardless, as well as everything that it says on the EBF website about the financial benefits of joining, and what James said about the non-financial aspect of joining. It's the opportunity to build your business by working with and being alongside people that complement your industry that has really been valuable to me.
And lastly, Simon.
Yes. Are we all going to get plants? I hope I do leave with them. I will now. I will see you going to cup. Right, obviously, I've said Simon from the greenhouse, the plant specialist shop in Crown Street. I've got 2 things I'd like to talk about, because yes, we could all stand here and talk about financially how being part of this group has helped. As James said, it didn't take very long at the beginning for me to have covered any fees that it took for me to be a member. But I want to talk about probably some of the softer benefits that I benefited from. One of the things I've really enjoyed about EBF is the flexibility. When I started here, it wasn't the plant shop. When I started here, I was a recruitment consultant. So I had a business in London. I was then working from home, and I was working on my own. So one of the biggest benefits for me, which some of you may be in that situation, I don't know, is when you have your own business, to have, for your mental health, the opportunity to share that business, have ideas with people, and whether they're a good or a bad idea, just have somebody to share those thoughts with. That's what I benefited at the beginning. So when I started as a recruitment consultant, I could come in here and feel like I was part of an office environment, and then I'd go back home and be on my own for the next 6 days. So that was a massive benefit for me. Then obviously COVID hit, as we all know, and recruitment fell through the floor. So then what EBF was extremely good at with me is to adapt and go, right, well, what are you doing now? Oh, well, I'm now helping somebody start a plant shop in Brentwood. Well, that's great. That's a gift shop. It's a plant shop. We don't have somebody in that sector. So they kind of adapted my membership to then go down a different route and be here for the greenhouse. And I agree with something that Jane said. The soft benefits of being with a group of people that you can financially support, but also get advice from. And I could be here forever. Terry's given me advice on somebody who owed me money as a landlord. I was owed money. Terry gave me advice, no problem. I've also had Paul Booth give me advice on tax when I've had a couple of questions. These are things that are just on tap on a Thursday morning over a coffee. So for me, you've got a number of things that make EBF work for you. But the most important thing is the people that are here and the people you get to share with. That's it.
Because of that ringing endorsement, you will probably get your parts back. Thank you. Right. As you will have seen so far from the meeting, we have big sections with little bits in between. We have the 60-second round, which is fundamental to all of us, explaining what we do. We have the 10-minute presentation, which would normally take place in this slot here. And finally, we have the referrals and testimonials round. That's an opportunity to positively, physically pass referrals. And we do that. The person normally who presents the 10-minute presentation acts as a runner and physically hands these over. It's very important that we have the discipline of handing referrals over and recording the money that is earned from them, because it enables us to have a statistical basis for what we do and support for what we do. So that's what we move into now, the referrals and testimonials round. We go around the table. Paul, could you do the running today? We'll start with Paul and we'll work round. When it comes to you as a visitor, just stand up and say how wonderful we are, or anything else. Paul.
Yeah, welcome again to all the visitors. Hope to see you again next week or soon after that. Referral for Vincent for another COVID ban.
Oh yeah.
A clear one, please, without that.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome to all the visitors, to all the members. It was such good behaviour this week. I guess because of it, everyone's playing all by the book. Come back to a regular meeting where everyone's taking bits out of each other. Just for agents, the reviews some terms of our lease force, or hopefully not, but potential dispute with the landlord. Sort out for us. I've sort of picked it up on purpose, and I'm off to Scott. Who's going to set up the remarketing? I want those ads to pop up. Absolutely. Never forget my face on any website, right? And I also just recorded thank you for Paul for referral for 2 weeks ago, I think, which led to some business for us, and for Simon as well for the job we did around your house. Just thank you for the business there. Thank you, guys.
Great meeting, and really good to see the visitors. There's definitely some potential, really good opportunity for you and for all of you. So terrific. I've got to thank you for the money for Scott. I have a referral for Jane. I'll talk to you about it. It's a client of ours that I think would be really good, and it's the same sort of referral for Neil. That the collaboration with your individual brands could be really, really, really powerful. So we've been having some chats over the last week. So I'll talk to you separately about those. So. And then a referral for Vince, got some quote that needed. I'll reach out to you. I'll give you the spec later.
Thank you, Matthew.
I think that's it. Yes, lovely to see you.
Yeah, thank you again for everybody for being so friendly. I need to speak to you, Mike, if I can, at the end. Do I refer myself to you and get a prize or something? No, I'd like to chat with you as well. That's all right. No. I'd like to speak to you, and I'd like to speak to you. No, genuinely, I'll check you guys after. But thanks again for welcoming me in. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to come here, and looking forward to potentially becoming a member.
Great.
So now you're all picturing yourself naked. Yeah, none of those fried breakfasts on a Thursday morning. Yeah. Great meeting and welcome to all the visitors. It's quite strange actually because until Ryan said who it was, I suddenly realised we haven't met, but Ryan's doing some work on a flat I own 2 doors down from where I am, but you've met the other half, haven't you, rather than me? So I was like, is that Ryan? That's what he looks like. On my recruitment hat, which I was saying to you I had before, thank you very much to Matt, because he's just made an offer on a candidate that I put forward who had an interview, so I've got a new guy starting with him in December. And Neil, thank you very much for coming into the shop and seeing Annie. I'm really pleased she was helpful to you with all your sources and brilliant. And I had a one-to-one with, actually, which one am I giving? I never remember. With Matt, obviously. I'm treating the business awards on Friday night as a one-to-one. So, there you are. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a good week. See you next week.
Great meeting. Welcome, visitors. I'm a fairly new member, and I can't speak enough about it. It's been fantastic. More from my 2 referrals are, it's the 10-minute chat before or after, or just talking around, realising what you've got. So Nick offered up if we needed any advice about land situations or building situations. I've got an awkward neighbour who owns a skip company. I'll say no more. The quality of the company is that you don't really want to mess with these people, but you don't want to start something you can't finish. But Nick gave me some advice on that, so that was great. And then Aidan, something to do with a potential property set. Not done yet, but we're looking at it. But again, so just have that advice. Even though I'm in commercial business, it helps from that perspective. So thanks very much. Great meeting.
Welcome to our visitors. Hopefully we see you next time. And is there going to be a fight outside? Stuart?
I'll be the better man.
I attended the business to consumer. It's really interesting in a way you present bright ideas, and it was wonderful Paul to do some proofreading, some documents, and I'll see you all next week.
Welcome again to our guests. Everything I said before, and hopefully you're going to go away from this meeting understanding what it's about, also the sort of benefits of peer member. Matt and I had a one-to-one last week. We were discussing all his building work actually. Obviously doing very well in business. Then if you could run that up to Ipswich, that'd be brilliant. James Humphries renewed my building and contents insurance, and then Mike over there, a guy Nick down there wants to have a chat afterwards.
Right.
So, thank you ever so much. It's great to see guests this morning. Thank you all for coming. Vince, we discussed this one. Big client of mine needed some urgent printing. Could lead to some more. And this is for Kieran. A good friend of mine needs to convert a downstairs room to a bedroom, but he's on it. So we need to know. Thank you for the money. Some EBF money's coming this week. Some money in from an ex-member, and also some renewals for Howard, who is here this morning. So thank you.
A couple of referrals. One for James Humphries, who I will keep hold of and email the details through to him. Alan Moore, bits and pieces.
Thank you, Mike.
I've got a thank you for the money. Paul Fallu, who is on my list as the best client of the year. It's been paid within about 10 minutes of my delivery. I don't normally get shown that sort of consideration. Thanks, Paul. And I attended a business to consumer meeting, and as Richard said, always get something out of it. There's always some snippet that you pick up and go, I didn't know that about him or her. And that just helps with the whole process of making referrals. So, that's great. So, also I've enjoyed the meeting so far, and we'll hope it carries on like that. Derek.
Thank you very much. It's a business to consumer meeting, went this week, very good. Thank you for a couple of, an ex-member, Jim Frederick Clark, and still doing business with her, and James Humphries, that's great. Testimony of the team, thank you for looking after my business while I was on holiday. Very good. Take care of it. No business to come back to, but it's very nice. They want to see that, Sarah Bellman about that. Discussed it, and one for Alan Wallace, some advice on outside gardening.
Okay, no worries. Thanks, Joe.
Great to see all this. Just to bring up since time you come back again, so it's good to have new members in. I've got a referral here for Paul Blue. And just wanted to say thanks for basically I had some scripts come in last Thursday that needed to be done for Monday. I went away for the weekend, just didn't have time to do it. Hung them up Thursday night. Any chance you could help with this and sort it all out Friday morning for me, had it across by the end of the day. So thanks for sorting that out for us. What else we got? I'm not sure if this counts as a referral, but I'll get some wood chip for you. So I'm not sure which way the paperwork goes there or anything.
No worries, thank you.
And just a quick question for the general group. You mentioned about the finding stockists for you. Any sort of sizes? Are you looking for like little corner Small places or bigger places? Or?
We're actually open. We're geared up and set up to when we hit the ground running, so we can cope with thousands of units per week. So I'm opening up discussions with Ocado in January. So I am open to larger as well as independents.
Are you still looking for independents?
Absolutely. I received a magical piece of advice from Simon's other half, which will mean we'll be at all the trade shows offering independent stockists specialised deals.
Lovely. A couple of places in mind.
I could give you one referral: cream teas with chili jam.
Brett meeting and his friends who sent me visitors prepares a visit next week as well. I have a referral from Mike here, our resident arboriculturist, among other things. We're removing those trees in Berwick. So I can say to the There you go. And another one for Kieran Peaty, our architect, who's not here today, unfortunately. This is for the preparation of some drawings for some internal alterations for time to consider it. But I think we've had that one.
I will.
Oh, he desperately tried to sneak out that Just be guilty.
Bless him. Neil, I used to supply retailers and I have a long list of emails. So let me provide that to you.
Most appreciated.
You're very welcome. Tina Walker, thank you for the money last week. That was lovely. And then Simon, here's the strange request. One of our sons has literally yesterday left to join the circus, and he's left us with all his pot plants. But can I buy the actual red containers?
Yes.
I don't need plants at the moment. Would that be possible? Yes. Thank you. Put me down for those. Thank you.
Or literally those three.
Don't leave with them.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant meeting. Again, welcome to the visitors and hope that you all come again. Still kind of like thinking about the 3 questions that you said. Really interesting. I love things like that. I have, excuse me, thank you for them. Thank you for the money to Sarah. I also thank you to the money to an ex-member as well. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week. Oh, thank you. This is my first time I've ever won this.
Great to see our visitors this week. Warm welcome to you all. Thanks, Stuart, for your visitor this week.
Very well.
Thank you. I may be able to refer some business to you, right?
For both of you, I'm sure.
Thank you. Attended the B2C meeting. That was great. You know, I would say it was a good, good one we had there. And I can't read my writing here. Terry, like we spoke, person we was talking about the other day, a bit of an employment issue going on there. Could well lead to something in the future going on there. And I've got some money to put in as well. That'll be next week when some jobs are finalised. Great meeting, see you all next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. And Paul, I'm loving the turn-ups. I didn't realise you were a fan of Dex's Midnight Runners. Who knew? Who knew?
Or were you in Dex's Midnight Runners?
I was thinking of saying that as well, but I thought that's a bit too harsh. But I had a heating engineer and insolvency practitioner that was supposed to be at stay, but they couldn't make it. They said they're definitely going to come again, so that's great. Thank you for the money to Sarah, and you get a free, much coveted. You better put it on. That's it, just there. And other networking groups are available. And I should know because I've been a member of quite a few over the last 20 years. But I have to say that, what's it saying? Oh, this one is the very best I've ever been a member of. Thank you very much, Abe. Cheers.
Lovely to see all the visitors. I've got to mention Nick. Me and Nick, many years ago, used to tread the boards together. A bit of Andran, so it's really lovely to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome to everybody else as well. I've only got a few thank yous today. Thank you to Alison for helping someone very close to me. It's been amazing. I want to say thank you to Paul Booth, not just because he's my accountant, but because he provides me with this amazing office space with brilliant lighting and fantastic broadband. Without it, I couldn't run my business, so that's really good. Paul DeLue, for my favourite ever blog that he's written, he's been doing it all year. We do a monthly blog that goes out on our website, but he did Fix the Festive Finances. It'll be coming out for everybody to read on 1st of December. So thank you, that was awesome. Vince.
Hello.
Hello. He did a banner for me, you know, one of those ones, and it's been sitting in my office for the whole of COVID. And today, it's getting its outing at a client, so I'm really excited about that. But the Easter de Resistance is this weekend. We've got my husband's belated 50th birthday party. There's only 6 of us, and Neil, in any event catering, is going to be providing this absolute banquet from start to finish, and I'm so excited. Remember, it's steaks and lobsters and all sorts. So,
I don't normally get to eat that, so I can't wait.
See you next week.
What time does it start?
The only thing I heard from that is you thanked Paul for lighting. He actually gives you lighting in your office.
Seriously,
you allow them to turn the lights on, Paul.
Lighting is important. Webinaring.
He does charge.
I know.
Thank you very much. Great meeting. Welcome to the visitors. Hope to see you all again soon. I don't have to worry about the mirror. According to my wife, I've got the body of Baywatch and the face of Crime Watch. I've got nothing to worry about. Referral for Tina. She is sorting me out a digital brochure as my company's been picked up by high-end events and entertainment agency, so we need to look the part. I've also got a referral to Matt. I don't know if you got the email, Matt, the intro email.
Oh, yes, I did.
For the exhibition stand.
I did reply back, but it was your
No, you don't need to reply to me. I'm introducing you to them.
Yeah, I did reply back. Yeah, but thank you. Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Other than that, obviously, super looking forward to this Saturday. Hopefully, we have some pictures to show you next week. And we finished all our sauces. We've got 12 sauces instead of 11. We finished our jerk sauce, which also gave birth to the jerk sauce marinade. We're making up a full batch of samples on Monday and Tuesday next week to go out to our 2 new stockists. So if anyone would like some samples, chili jams, chili mayos, jerk sauces, buffalo sauces, I imagine I'll be putting a load on the table over there next week. Help yourself, take them home, have a taste. Feedback's always welcome before we go live. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Thank you.
Which member of Baywatch was that, buddy?
That's right.
Give me like Springwatch.
And summer and all.
Yeah, great meeting. New visitors here, and I hope good to see you. Yes, that's for Scott. Google refresh, no brainer. Got to do it. You should have done it before.
Done already.
This is Paul D. Launch bulk email alert is what I've written up here. We discussed it that week. My industry took a bit of a knock, obviously, in the last 18 months. I took a sabbatical earlier in the year. The support this group gave me during that time was brilliant. And my last client was a member of here, and my first client was an ex-member of here. So it actually works.
Good to see all the visitors welcome, and of course, if you have any doubts, you can be hypnotised at the show. And Sarah, I assume my invite is still in the post. Thank you very much. See you all next week. Good visit.
I've just finished here, back to my brain, see, the last time I thanked someone for getting me up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
My last?
Yes.
Last one is Lee. Another great meeting, and I've got a referral for Michael English fan who's not here this week. I'll see you next week.
Thank you for doing the running, Paul, or walking, probably all noticed. Right, we approach the end of the meeting. Before I do, as customary, I throw open to the floor anybody who has any announcements to make, any points to ask or notices to give. Matt?
Just a medical request. So, some of you, many of you may know I'm a SNAP ambassador, so SNAP Charity, Special Needs and Parents. Their drama group was supposed to be holding an event on the 10th of December at Brentwood Theatre, especially for them. It was their, a real great opportunity. Unfortunately, due to stupid red tape, they're now not allowed to use Brentwood Theatre. If anyone knows of any church halls, any school halls, anything that you think a small drama group with 25 families, so probably 70 people, maybe max, could fit in, could they get in touch, please?
Has it got to be local to you?
Sorry?
Has it got to be local to you? Or?
I think it has to be ideally in and around Brentwood. It probably, they can go a bit, I still think, Billericay would be, or, that sort of vicinity, 10 miles out, maybe. To be honest, they're desperate. So,
what time of day?
So they would need evening,
It's Friday,
and then ideally maybe sort of the Wednesday before, if they can go in just for a little prep, just to help the students, the kids kind of recognise the place and not get too nervous. So
in Billericay, there's the reading rooms. I don't know whether that's too small.
Yeah, might be.
There's a hall down London Road, Brentwood, towards Brook Street, and right on the hill. I'll give you the address there.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
actually
okay.
a stage.
Oh, okay.
We've recently done some work in there. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe not. Any else? If you involved with it, yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Right. I'm going to close the meeting down, but before it is finally closed down, I'll hand over to Scott, as we used to do with the Zoom meeting. Scott.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for attending. For the guests today, if we could just have 2 minutes just to do a real quick chat before you disappear out the door, just to really explain next steps. If you're interested, you're all very welcome to come back again next week, but I'll talk through that. Don't have any high pressure or anything else. To come back and more welcome you to submit an application to come in and join us. So I'll keep it as easy and as open as that, but do just